if you want to be a career woman, that does not exclude having a family life and having a personal life, whatever path you want to choose. You really have to develop what I call an elephant skin. Very tough not to think that when somebody makes a remark, it's your problem. I used to, when somebody would make a remark like making me or attempting to making me feel little, I would immediately train myself to think, poor guy, is his problem. He doesn't understand that the world is composed by half the population or more being women, depending in which country you are based, and that the world is about, coming together with different visions. So one typical thing that happened to me was that, and it happens, I have talked to so many women, and you have to be prepared that many times if you express your views with conviction and you don't allow others to really trample imaginative way on your ideas, you're perceived as very aggressive. And there were many moments in which I would say something in a meeting, nobody would react because the room was full of men. And then after a while, a man would repeat exactly what I had said. And somebody would say, oh, great idea. So I taught myself and I trained myself, and it was not easy to say, oh, lovely, Tom, or whoever was it. I see you adopted what I just said a few minutes ago. So you and I believe that, and I would repeat what was my idea. Nobody had recognized it as my idea. And when the guy said it, it was his idea. So, little by little, I began to be recognized as a force to be content with, and that really I will stand my ground. But I also learned another thing that for women I think is difficult, which is I train myself not to take any of this as a personal offense. I didn't want to be always offended by these little biases, so I would get over immediately. I would always make it very professional. I wouldn't give a man who was discriminating personally, intentionally or not, the pleasure of, seeing me lose my cool. And that's important. So I would be addressing the issue in a very professional way. And I think you gain your space, not as quick as maybe men gain their space in business, but you do when you show that you are all about business. You're not going to put on a show of feelings that many times that's what you are expected to do if they treat you a little bit rough, and that you're gonna stand your ground like a business person. Was that easy? In the beginning, it wasn't easy. Many times I had the feeling in an investment committee or in a meeting with investors that I felt like that flower pot put on as a centerpiece in a table, and everybody was like, oh, little you. Or even something that enraged me was, my name is Susana. In Latin America, nickname for Susana, and in English as well, is Susie. But I never introduced myself saying, I'm Susana-Garcia-Robles. I would say I'm Susana-Garcia-Robles. And many men immediately would be, oh, hi, Susie, how are you? And I hated that because at the time I was obviously much younger, and I felt that they were trying to put me in my place, like a decoration in the meeting. So I let it pass. And what I will do in that meeting is to come up with one or two ideas, not trying to take over the conversation, in which they would realize that this Susie was not a Barbie doll. It was somebody who had the power of her institution behind her and the ideas that were her own about how to do businesses.